So judgment in the bail application of 14 people arrested for the Zandspruit Vigilante attack has been reserved until the 14th of September. 8 men accused of criminal activity died after being beaten and set alight in May. 1 other person survived that attack. The suspects face charges of murder, attempted murder and kidnapping. Our Khayelihle Khumalo brings us the latest now live. Kaya, thank you so much for joining us. So the state is opposed to this bail application.
Well, that's right, Tony. So the state has really submitted a number of reasons where they say this group of suspects is quite dangerous. In fact, if they are granted bail, they'll be really undermining public order in Zandspruit. We know that this is quite a very fragile place. And also the state was saying the issue around overcrowding in the prisons where the suspects are kept, it's an issue that correctional services can address. So it's not really a major issue. But apart from that, another reason that has been brought by the state is that one of the suspects had really just adduced before the court the issue around the fact that she's a primary caregiver. She's looking after 5 children. But now the state once again has established that the paternal grandmother is in fact looking after those children. But in the main, the suspect had really been arguing the issue around the fact that, of course, they've provided quite a number of exceptional circumstances. But once again, the state attorney saying there's a prima facie case in this instance, and it's not really advisable for the bail to be granted. So the matter has been moved to the 14th. So this will allow the magistrate to apply her mind, and then she'll make a ruling based on the applications that have been made around bail.
Okay, so Kaya, maybe take us back to how we even got here in the first place. We're looking at the suspects facing charges of murder, attempted murder and kidnapping. But maybe just recap for our audience how we got here in the first place.
Well, precisely, Tony, but also in this particular case, so it's under Schedule 6, so really the suspects are facing very serious charges of murder, among others. But, you know, you go back to May, to that particular gruesome incident where some individuals in Zandspruit were taken from their homes, they were rounded up, assaulted throughout the night until the very morning, where they were then allegedly, just burnt to death. So the accusation at the time was that some of the deceased had been terrorizing the community. But you know that some of the deceased families are vehemently denying those allegations. But we know that, for example, there is accused number 6. So one of the triggers for this incident is that there was a robbery incident that happened in one of the leaders in Zandspruit, and then subsequent to those events, that's when they decided to go and get all those alleged criminals who were then beaten up. But of course, there was a massive condemnation to this particular case. In fact, the police minister, Vigilante, went to Zandspruit and made an undertaking that a special investigation would be undertaken, a special unit will be organized within the Gauteng SAPS to try and look at a number of cases that have been ignored in Zandspruit, because another issue was around the inaction of the police in attending to a number of cases that are still pending in that particular area.
All right, Kaya, thank you so much. So we'll find out. So the judgment on the bail application of the 14 arrested, we'll know on the 14th of September. The judgment is reserved until the 14th of September. Khayelihle Khumalo there reporting for us and just taking us back to where it all began, vigilante justice.